Et un maximum de bruit pour Samba Petit.
We are now in a cultural Russian pub. It's a home of the Big Five. I fell in love in Kigali. People like to enjoy life. This was my dream since I was a kid.
A fascinating first half here at the Dakar Arena as 33 points, 37. See Petro de Luanda hold on to the lead. It's been a fantastic show. Patrick Gardner, 11 points to lead all scorers on the floor. But it's the lion killer, Mokhtar Gueye, 8 points for Ville de Dakar.
Yeah, I think that when you look at Gueye and what he's been bringing to the game, he played 4 28s in the last game. Put him on, let him prove himself. He's proven himself before. He's played in the BAL. We know how he scores. We know what he's capable of doing. And if he continues to play like that, you know, hitting from the outside, but also rebounds, you know, going hard in the paint, you've got a different player, haven't you?
I had a chat with Mokhtar Gueye, and he's had 19 points. That's his career high, and 9 rebounds. But it came against AS Douane, against the Senegalese team. But you know, he was very aware of that, and what he was trying to do now is change that narrative around and see if he can't just provide production for his home team on his home floor.
Usher, I mean, he should get more ball, right?
Yes, Mokhtar Gueye, of course, he's the man that has been waiting for that real opportunity here at the BAL. And finally today, he had an opportunity to show that class. He's brought that on offense, but also on defense. And there's also things that he does off of the court that we don't see in terms of bringing together the different generations. The old guard, which is Ateri Majok, but also Sako inside that paint. And we've seen the combination of both players able to shine on court at the same time.
Yeah, you need to showcase, but you also need to prove yourself. And, you know, if you prove yourself, then you get more time on the floor. You know, it's just logical.
I mean, we don't even have to have a look at that last game stat because the difference is night and day. 8 points, 50% from the field, and his ability to stretch the floor. And sometimes he leans on too much. What I like in terms of how he's played today is that he's been super aggressive. He's attacked the rim, he's attacked the glass, and that's been a big feature in the way that Mokhtar Gueye has picked up 8 points.
But he's played 10 minutes 36, so he's only played just over, you know, 1 quarter compared to yesterday, 4:28.
Well, Mokhtar Gueye, of course, from Rufisque, which is not so far away from where we are here in the Dakar Arena. The mom who's been supporting him and watching him, she's a coach, Aissatou Sen. She's been giving him advice and saying, whenever you get the opportunity, you can do what you've always done. Enjoy the game of basketball, have fun out there, and that's exactly what he's doing here today.
And with a look like that, he can hypnotize absolutely any defense, you know, and sort of, you know, tell them to move out of the way because I'm coming through. I mean, he's a wonderful guy as well. You get the chance to talk to him, he will be smiling, laughing, and having so much fun. Trouble is, he's coming up against, you know, players like this, and you know, he's proved to be, you know, he's like a silent killer, isn't he? You know, just ghosting into position, hitting those points outside and inside.
Patrick Gardner leaning on his NCAA experience as well, and you know, the excitement around him. We're starting to understand why he's such a legitimate offensive threat. It's because he can shoot it at a high clip from the exterior, but also he is 6'11", and if you're 6'11" and you're close inside, you are a threat. And he's showcased both aspects of the game, especially here in the first half, and he's played with a lot more intent as well. Maybe it's the matchup with Mokhtar Gueye. Maybe there's a rivalry that we're not aware of, but you have to like the way that they've come out and the energy that they're playing with for their respective clubs.
Yeah, of course, playing in the G League is a whole different ball game than playing in the BAL. He's looking more comfortable, but also he has the trust from Coach Sergio Moreno, who's given him the liberty. And you can see the plays with Solo Diabate, Dundao, and Gerson Domingos trying to find him at every open opportunity from the corner, inside the paint, and that freedom is what is helping him shine here today, Patrick Gardner.
And he's letting his hair down a little bit. You can see him celebrating like that. That's the first time we've actually seen him, you know, just, you know, look.
Show some emotion.
Yeah, a little bit more than just being sort of, you know, the stone-cold shooter and scorer or whatever. Let's have a look at his numbers there, and, you know, he's already eclipsed his last game stats.
And much like Marc Dargay, when you talk about rebounding, you know, just having a presence inside and outside, and that's a real indication of aggression and a real indication of intent on the floor, and that's how you just continue to earn minutes in terms of how coaches keep you on the floor.
I'm sure I'm a little bit disappointed that his three-point percentage is not better as 75 there today.
Come on, he's doing a great job, obviously, from the corner. Amazing from him.
4 from 5 from the field. We're going to take a break and we'll be back for the start of the third quarter. 4 points separate Ville de Dakar, Petro de Luanda.
DJ Dot.
Back to the Dakar Arena here for the what will be the third quarter of this clash between Ville de Dakar, the home team, against Petro de Luanda. Season 5 already causing lots of intrigue just from what we've seen so far. It's only US Monastir who've managed to get 2 wins out of their 3 games played. Now, we don't know where this is going just yet, but we know that there's 4 points separating these 2 teams, and Q, it's been riveting.
It has been riveting, and you know, one of the new teams, one of the 6 new teams in the Basketball Africa League here in season 5, and playing on their home floor in front of their home fans, they have definitely brought a different atmosphere, and that atmosphere is almost scary if you're an opponent of Ville de Dakar, and so far they've delivered. You know, a little bit of disappointment, they're picking up that loss yesterday, but an opportunity to perhaps get one over the defending champions.
Well, forget about the green fingers of a Gardner. Think about the hot hands of Patrick Gardner. I think that's what where we're going to on this occasion. Usher, how incredibly good has he been?
Yeah, Patrick Gardner has looked very comfortable here with Petro de Luanda, and that's exactly what he brings in that is different from what Yannick Moreira brings in the paint, and also Gaku. He's been great support, but also you can see that they trust his wingspan in terms of offense, but also what he brings on defense. His length is not exactly been easy for Ater Majok and Jibril Sako.
Yeah, he's got age on his side, and he's just smart in the paint. He's smart in the paint, and he can shoot. An ideal, acquisition for any coach, and Sergio Moreno will be very, very happy with him turning up and being part of this group of players who are playing some great basketball. But Ville de Dakar, Will Perry starts in the start of the third, top of the third. He's an important player. He needs to glue this together a little bit, but also get some points to get off the mark.
Well, he needs to lean on his experience, and I know he will stay out of foul trouble, at least for the first 5 minutes in this third quarter.
Perry takes the ball from Mactagay. Sacco starts with Majok into the hands of Perry, flung back out to Majok. Is Haruna goes up for three. Oh, it just doesn't fall. He picked up by Domingos, down to Dundao. Buyamba this time. Oh, that's the way to start your third quarter, isn't it?
And that's fantastic by Dundao, giving up the shot, finding Buyamba, and it's a bombastic shot from Buyamba from the outside.
The fact is that Dundao can do that as well, but he decides to be a little bit unselfish-like. There's Majok trying to get his points. Oh, there's a bit of a movement from Sacco. Good rebound once again. Haruna! Hot-handed Haruna!
Needed to make the shot, does make the shot, and he keeps it at 4-point differential.
Good work by Sacco, from Gay to get the rebound, which is why he's so important to this team. Dundao off the rim, back out. Majok calms it down. Will Perry once again. 4-point game once again. Oh, there's Will Perry trying to find his man, Majok. Perry goes on a dance. Oh, it's Domingos. Takes the ball out of the hands of Majok. Haruna comes up. And that's gone in. That's great scoring ability there from Domingos.
It's part of their DNA. Defense is going to drive their offense, and that's how you turn a steal into transition points. And it's a good feeling, I'm sure, for Domingos.
Mactagay, Haruna. Oh, it's again, they don't get past that yellow wall. It's Moreira this time. There's options. Moreira gets the two.
Well, they are going to wave that off because Domingos gets called for the blocking foul in the middle of the paint. He drops off to Moreira on the side, but tries to take the defender out, and they call for a review. But you see the little bump on the side there, and the foul gets called. The correct call from Nate Searle.
When the arm comes up and it pushes, you can see that there's deliberation there. So yes, Perry here with the ball. So 3 fouls there for Domingos as Perry gets the ball down in for Sacco. Sacco trying to get himself a baseline three. Again, missing out on that opportunity here. Wow. And Perry is in trouble here. That's foul number 4, and he's absolutely mad. Gets in the way. Look at this. Leans into Will Perry, and then, well,
they are actively seeking him out, and they've just done they've done a number on him in terms of him being able to draw him into foul scenarios and getting the desired calls.
That's cunning, isn't it? That's cunning. But we know what these point guards are like for Petro de Luanda, and they'll try and get those little infringements as often as they can in a positive way, because it's basketball.
Super skillful.
That's all it is. Moreira, Sacco. Domingos going for a 3. Oh, dropping it in. Swish. Domingos.
He has something to say to Haruna after that make from the outside, and there's definitely no love lost between these players on the floor.
Well, they made 2. They forced 2 turnovers. That's great work, isn't it? Yeah, just driving through, and that's what you get when you get him coming on for Will Perry. Domingos again in that sweet spot.
There's some excellent off-the-ball work done to make sure the lane was open, and Niang went right in for the easy 2.
Buyamba again picked up. No rebound there for Dakar. It's a 7-point advantage here. Dundao gets rid of his man, races through, and bumps into Sacco, commits the foul because he's shifting his body.
Speed mismatch, that's what he is. And the second, there's a big on him. Whatever he gives up in terms of height, he's trying to stay in front of Childe Dundao is problematic. And you have a look here at the pass outside with the sharp shooting Domingos. And that is what you call sweet string music.
But Usher, with speeds like that, he should be picking up a speeding fine from the police for crying out loud.
He's had such a great start to this third quarter, Gerson Domingos. You can see the steal from Alier, and then that sharp shooting 3-pointer there. Very, very lethal for a player of his size, but also what he brings against a physical team like Ville de Dakar. He's an easy matchup there, and he's doing exactly what the coach wants him to do.
Well, he's not got his second shot, but there's the biggest lead that they've actually had in this game. 8 points now, and it's up to Ville de Dakar to try and get back. It's Nyang getting it back out to Majok. Majok picks the ball up down into the corner. Nyang, mid-range 2, goes up. There's the rebound, the attempted rebound by that man and Die, but he can't get the points. It's not a great run for Ville de Dakar, and a foul being committed by Gay.
Well, they continue to just crash the offensive glass. They're able to pick up the rebound, but they don't get the finish. Out in transition, force a foul from Gay.
This is a very pivotal moment in the game because they're fouling quite constantly, but they're also not scoring from their plays, and they're enabling Petro de Luanda, you know, who are just clinical when it comes to scoring from their own plays.
They will like it in the half-court offense to Petro. They probably are better in the half-court than this Ville de Dakar team.
It's a better defensive play there with Majok and Gay getting themselves. Here he is, Gay going up, big shot, big three! Finally the fans get behind this Ville de Dakar. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
It's exactly what he needs in terms of Gay going up into double figures. 11 points he leads, scoring for Ville de Dakar.
Domingos driving calmly, back out. Buyamba finds a bit of space, back out Domingos. Shot clock down to 3, and it's been made safe. A good rebound for Ville de Dakar and a chance to try and get below 5.
If they can get a score here, it will be ideal for the home team.
Here's Nyang driving through, goes high off the glass, but he can't get the points. Let's see how they organize it down into the corner. Gaku rolls out the back. Aruna's calling for it. Baseline. No need to rush Majok. Nyang, Majok.
Happy to have Majok have that shot. They give him all the time and space to have the shot.
Buyamba, get out of there. Majok, block. No, you're not coming through. No way. Majok!
Absolute magic. Majok, both ends of the floor.
He rules the floor. Ata Majok.
That was bravery from Buyamba to attack the rim at the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year. Access denied. And on the other side, man, oh man, Magic Majok.
Magical Magic Majok.
Out into Gakko territory, tries to duck and dive, shot clock down to 0. It's not going to happen. Well, I think that we've got some kind of it's generated a little bit of a buzz in the house.
The whole fans getting behind the whole team, and this is what defense does. It spurs the offense, presence of mind. Just get out on the fast break. Boom!
10 points, 5 rebounds. Majok, the master, 43-46. We'll take a break.
We are now in Akajiro National Park. It's a home of the Big 5. I fell in love in Kigali. People like to enjoy life.
This was my dream since I was a kid, walking with the gorillas every day.
There is something really magical about Nungwe National Forest. This is our little piece of heaven.
Rwanda is a place that everybody should really visit.
Welcome to Rwanda.
Welcome back to, well, what can we say, quite a lively Dakar arena as we take a look at the team stats. Gay and Majok at the top there with double figures. This is great for Ville de Dakar because they're showing that everybody can chip in.
A little bit of front court dominance for the home team and Ville de Dakar. Patrick Gardner still only on 12 points, and Jason Domingos, he's been spearheading the offense, coming in, providing some spacing of the floor, able to make a couple of shots. But the momentum now clearly with this home team.
Usher, are you jiving?
I can tell you that the use of sign language is very important right now amidst the incredible celebrations from the home fans. But Coach Sergio Moreno just called that timeout to calm down and break the rhythm of the home side.
Chance to get points, but it's been defended. They've managed to stop the score on that occasion. And Dundao in possession. 4 minutes and 5 left to play in this third quarter. Super exciting.
Anosike back on the floor. They're trying to give them some extra scoring options inside the paint.
Mendoza loses possession. Haruna getting in the way. Watch out, Nyang. Down into the corner. Oh, get out of there, Gaku. Oh my, still in possession. And Nyang gets the ball back in his hands. Down into the corner. Adai. Gay fighting for the ball. Mendoza picks it up. The hustle. Oh my, Anosike, is he going to go all the way? No! Majo gets in the way with his contact.
Wow. We're just being treated to some high-quality defense. Gaku comes across for the athletic defensive play, and here you see what a struggle it is to score inside the paint. Anosike trying to bulldoze his way inside, but wow. Gaku, get out of here.
Crikey. Well, there it is. 3 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist. Anosike delivers from the free throw line. And high-octane basketball here on the BAL Season 5. We always knew this was going to be, one of the hottest contested conference in this competition this season, and it definitely is, conjuring up plenty of excitement and wonderful basketball as well.
Everything that was on paper has translated into reality, and this is some really great BAL basketball.
Haruna going out for a shot from downtown. Picked up by Dundao. Still 5-point lead. Petro de Luanda. 3 minutes left to play. Dundao over the top. Gay makes it safe.
Right, time and space for Dundao. That's the kind of shot he hits with comfort, but just a bit strong on that attempt.
Here's Haruna. Majok, Gardner, round him. He goes round. He goes down. Majok does it again. Woo!
Paint dominance for Ater Majok, and that is how you put a stamp on a performance.
And he did it over Gardner, Usher, which is incredible.
Ater Majok lives the show. You know that inside the paint, and 12 points for him so far.
Made safe once again. There's contact by Anosike, and it's a foul. And that is going to be the second foul for Petro de Luanda. 2:30 left to play in this third.
Well, this is what you call old school footwork. Majok gets the defender on his back and post the time. Put that one in the reel of posters.
His right foot, when he managed to get behind Gardner, basically it just closed the door. Here he goes, going up high and hitting three.
Back they come. We're tied at 48. And it certainly came on.
All level at 48. Oh, this is going to go to the fourth quarter big time. Mendoza, little touch. Look at that from Haruna. He gets it. Is he going to go all the way? No, he's going to give it to, oh my! Gardner says no.
That's a crucial block from Gardner. Just able to get himself into a good position. This is denial and transition. And you see the work there by Gardner. Great anticipation.
Gay was in a great position to take the pass and come from behind, and that could have been an option, but it all happens in a split second. Nicely done, Majok! Oh my, Majok, what are you doing to us?
It's a rim attack.
He's playing like a teenager again.
There's something in the water here in Senegal, because Ater Majok is playing some fantastic basketball.
Great pass. That was brilliant from Niang. And look at that. Look how he gets up. I'm over. I'm in. You can see me. pressure. Come on.
Wow, a terrible joke is having the game of the Sahara Conference here. Incredible footwork there inside the paint. And what a performance for him so far.
Well, Moreira getting 2 points, important points as well. He's up to 7, but we're level at 50-50, 120.
A couple more scores, and the crowd might go a little bit more quiet, but that's important for Petro de Luanda.
Haruna. And I wonder if that's going to be... Yeah, they get possession back, Ville de Dakar. This is the buzz. This is what's happening here at Dakar.
There's nothing to choose between these two teams. We've just about had 39 minutes of play, and we're all locked up at 50 apiece.
Again, Yang. Majok is there, but he goes up himself. Off the metal, look at that work from Ndai, doing really well. Haruna. He goes up, little step back, two! Big scoring moments.
That's why he's such a tough cover. That is a great shot. It's a Haruna style shot. There's nothing the defense can do when he squares up his shoulders like that.
Off balance, still able to get it in. The hook over the top from Moreira doesn't fall. Haruna, they turn it around. 30 seconds left to play. Goes out. Ndai going up for 3. Comes back out. Moreira has it.
He had the chance to absolutely set this arena on fire with a make there, Ndai, and it'll stay Petro basketball.
Oh, it already is, I think, you know. There are flames everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere.
Well, last chance of the corner. Solo Diabate tries to hit the 3. Tipped back out. An opportunity. Too late to get a shot in for Nyang. And there we have it. They've turned things around. And this man, Libas Vai, has a team who are in the lead going into the final fourth quarter. It's 52-50. 6-point differential in that last quarter. Wow.
It began with a dream of connecting the heart of Africa to the world. The first pioneers were brave, venturing into skies unknown, and today the same spirit lives on. Rwandair soars higher, carrying dreams and stretching our frontiers. It's not just a flight, it's an experience, the kind where every detail is designed to make you feel at home. Rwandair is more than an airline. We are a bridge between Africa and the world, between you and your dreams. Welcome to Kigali.
Yeah, back here at the Dakar Arena, we talked about an atmosphere. This Sahara Conference is proving to be quite a hit.
A hit with a lot of heat, and that's what's happening here in the Sahara Conference. 52 points to 50, 35% from the field. It is for Ville de Dakar, 14 assists, but it's the rebounding stat that I think has been most crucial to help them come back. 13 to 19 in the third quarter. 37 plays out 31, and we have 10 more really fascinating minutes in this final quarter.
And we've got Divine Eke, who's on the bench. Will Perry, who's on the bench. Players who come on and have an impact as well later on in the quarter. In the final, Mendoza hits a 2.
That's the ideal start for Petro de Luanda. They tie it up and they'll try to kickstart the offense and keep it flowing.
Well, Tien Oniak has done a sterling job in coming in to replace Will Perry as he tries to find Majok. It's been picked up. Haruna for 3. Gets rid of his man, goes high. Hits the 3!
Love the poise, the ball fake. Took his time and knocked down the shot. Pure perfection.
Into double figures now, Usher. Finally, we can come to you.
Yes, Haruna knows how to turn on the heat here in the Sahara Conference. He let the defender fly away and had space to take that three-pointer.
Long-range shot there from Mendoza, who tries to get his points as Diabate goes high off the glass. The rebound's been taken by Mactegay, who's again proving to be pivotal underneath the rim.
27 minutes on the floor for Arthur Majok, and that is part of the value. You know, just intimidating the defense with his presence inside the paint.
Listen, in that defeat in their last game against Creole, they will say that maybe he didn't spend as much time on the floor as maybe he should have as Haruna goes, oh no! One side, left side, right side, upside down, the top side, Haruna!
He is heating up. Get him the ball. The Wi-Fi is plugged in. That's the hot spot.
6-point lead, Ville de Dakar. Mendoza. He's going to get the pass for Moreira. Moreira, that is slick. Nice little sky hook over the top there.
Smart basketball. Excellent composure. They found the mismatch inside. Mendoza mismatched up. Rather, Moreira mismatched with Haruna, and he was able to get that finish.
Here's Nyang. Majok. Where's Majok going to go? We don't know yet. That is a dime if he can get up there, but what about that for defense to deny Haruna? Mendoza, sterling work. Majok frustrated that he didn't manage to get that. It's going to be Mendoza has possession. Just look at this. Oh, wow. Hit me. Big time.
String music. And
Usher, it's just... Well, Haruna, we've seen him before. We're not surprised, but when it happens and he's got home court advantage, that is sweet.
Absolutely. He's found his rhythm here. He was 1 for 7 from the three-point line in the first 3 quarters, and now it's 2 for 3 here in the last quarter. He's a clutch player, and that's exactly the experience he brings to Ville de Dakar.
You want him on the floor when he's playing like that.
15 points to lead all scorers. Haruna.
Domingos. Shot clock down to 7, tries to get one over the top. Doesn't come off the glass. Will Perry's on the floor. Gaku made safe. Haruna. Perry is there. But look at this. Gay! Oh, yes! 2 more points for Mactegay. Big scoring there. He's up to double figures as well. Up to 11 now.
There have been 2 different makers, and Mactegay has come alive himself. Has been important. One of the 3 players in double figures for Ville de Dakar.
I can hardly hear you, Kim.
It's so loud in this arena.
Loud! Loud, Usher.
Robbie, I know you can read lips.
Solo Diabate, 6-point lead, drives through, tries to get a score. It's been made safe once again. The rebound made by that man, Majok. Gaku with the foul.
They won't be rattled. This is an experienced team, this Petro de Luanda team. They'll know that all they need to do is keep it within 2 or 3 possessions. An important substitution now as Patrick Gardner comes in. Gaku's going to head to the bench. And this might be the moment that could help Petro de Luanda get back. Gardner providing some extra scoring.
This is just sensational. We're absolutely loving every single second of it. Picked up by Moreira. Here's Dundao. Being chased down by Will Perry. Domingos goes up for 3. It's come off the rim. It's been made safe again. And this time it's Dundai. Will Perry. Haruna. No, surely not. Well, that was very close. Gardner there to make the rebound. 6-point lead. 6:27 left to play. Domingos charging up.
Well, those are the kind of shots that Aruna makes, especially in transition, and you can live with that risk as a coach.
Well, a wild pass, and it's been given straight to Haruna. I don't know what they were thinking there. Petro de Luanda being shaken up a little bit. That's just gone out of bounds, stood down with the snake hands in front of Will Perry.
Trying to show that he's composed and locked in there. Maktagay almost passes the ball directly into the path of Childe Dundao. And you have a look here at Kay attacking the rim. And we have not seen enough of that, but he certainly has showcased it here in this all-important clash.
He's the lion killer, we know that. Usher.
He is the lion killer here in the Lion of Teranga country. That's what Senegalese like to call themselves. Lions of Teranga.
Major. Perry. Always been hustled and hassled. Dundao is there. And they got a chance. Solo Diabate. Domingos. Whoa! It doesn't fall. It's been picked up and made safe by Ndai. Well, a steal, but then afterwards they can't complete the deal.
That is as close to a make as you can possibly get from a three-point shot, and it just rattles out.
Haruna back out, Ndai this time. Oh, that was close, but not close enough. Domingos picks it up. A little lull in activity around the rim.
Two close balls on opposite ends. It's all tense here at the Dakar Arena.
Dundao into the paint. Moreira, Gardner. Off the front of the rim. That's a good rebound. That is from Moreira. And excellent work from Gardner. Keeps it high and safe and dry.
Cool, calm, collected. The connection with Moreira. They understood what they were trying to do. And that's an important score. It just keeps them at 4 points.
Gardner 14 now. Lara and Dai. Majok. Haruna. Well, Moreira's gone a little bit too much into Majok's face, and he's paid the price.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive. Was trying to take away the passing option. And
double-double.
Maktagay, 30 points, 10 rebounds. What an outstanding game for him.
Yeah, after just playing 4.5 minutes in the last game, 60-56. It's all in the head. Yes, it is. We'll be back. Basketball to come here in this fourth quarter as we take a look at some of the key players. We have to talk about Maktagay. He was asked to deliver, and he has delivered.
All right, that's the kind of stat line you like to see from Maktagay. 13 points, the 10 rebounds, 3 assists. He's versatile in his approach to the game, and he's showcased some of that versatility on the floor. One of 3 players in double figures for Ville de Dakar. It's Patrick Gardner on the other side. He's not too far away from a double-double himself. If he needs to pick up 2 more rebounds, but I think they want him to pick up scores and defensive plays down the stretch here.
Picked up by Gay. Driving into the paint, goes high off the glass, but it doesn't happen. It's been made safe by Gardner. Usher, what was said over there? I mean, can you hear anything?
I read the lips of Sergio Moreno, of course, trying to make sure that Petro de Luanda can use the size that they have on court. The combination of Moreira and Patrick Gardner on defense against Majok and Barandiai, as well as Maktagay.
I don't even know if that was a catch and pass. It was the hand and in.
A little float, a quick release, and Moreira's up to 11 points.
Will Perry, Gay. Oh, the three! It's all happening for Maktagay.
absolutely feeling it now. He's taken over the offensive responsibility, and they have 3 guys that they can go to down the stretch here.
4 minutes to play. 4 minutes left. That's not much. Gundao through the middle. Oh, loses possession. Picks up. Barandai loses the ball again. And 2 quick turnovers. That's how. Oh, that's foul number 5 in the end of the game for Will Perry. I mean, it was probably going to happen sooner or later. Frustration, but it doesn't. He's played his part. He's played his part, but, you know, it's been a day that you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have, you know, I would have liked to have done a little bit more.
You probably would have, but it's been a frustrating afternoon or evening for Will Perry. But on the positive side, his team is in the lead and he's got a capable replacement. They've just got to play it out here down the stretch.
And, you know, it's all about the team at the end of the day. Get a win, it doesn't matter, does it?
Absolutely, and we have another look at the locked-in 3-ball from that man.
Stunning.
Knocked down the line killer. Okay.
Love it. There he is, 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 of his 5 3 points. Quite incredible.
There's still so much to write in the story of this game.
Domingos, Gundao, goes around the outside, back out, Gundao for 3. Look at that rebound from Gay, another chance that they didn't manage to exploit Petro because they've got that man underneath the rim, defending the course. Haruna, Majok, he's had a shirt pull there from Buyamba, and he goes down, and honestly, I don't know what it is, maybe maybe he cramped up a little bit for a second the way he went down, but just look at where Majok is there.
Yeah, a little bit of a push, and he goes down, and I'm not certain if it's a groin or there's an area that he's pointing to, but I think there's a timeout called now on the floor.
Big foul for Buyamba.
Only the second team foul with 3:14 left. It's small margins, high executions. That's what we're going to see from both sides here. It's going to be very important for them to try to extract value from each possession.
Sergio Moreno trying to make those adjustments, get it right. They lost their last game against US Monastir. It would be a big blow to Petro de Luanda and their hopes of defending their title if they lost 2 games straight, which has never happened before.
I don't think it's ever happened before, and it would be one for the books, on another piece of BAL history that could potentially be written.
Livas 5. Well, he's worked his magic with his staff and players. Got it right tonight. Regardless of the outcome, you can say that everything has gone right besides the Will Perry foul out. Everything else has worked, but that's, you know, that's not his decision, is it?
They absolutely went into back to the drawing board of reworked rotations, found new ways to extract value from their players, and what the game plan was, whatever the game plan was for this game, it has worked out, and the score line has reflected that certainly right here.
Usher, Divine Eke coming on, but what was said there?
That, of course, you know that he brings the whole defensive layer to Ville de Dakar. He's very good with the defensive rebounds, and that's exactly what he also brings here. But also on offense, in terms of length against Miao.
Listen, you know, you've got to protect the ball now. It's all about keeping it yours, not losing it. And you know what Petro de Luanda like to do? They hassle, they hustle, and they will pinch and poach.
Kenneth Manuel comes in for Petro de Luanda to get his first run. This is an interesting move from Coach Moreno.
Gundao, Majok, rebounds. Taken forward there by Nyang. Majok. Nyang. Haruna waiting in the shadow, his baseline. Nyang is going to go through. Yes, he is. And there's the rebound we made by Eke, of course.
Of course.
You were asking what Eke brings. There's your answer, Robbie. It's right there.
It's exactly that. I mean, this could be, a coup de magie. There you go. It's like a little bit of magic.
And just those small value-added plays, the extra possessions, those are invaluable.
I think the Majok, is maybe he's got a little bit of cramp or something, or is it groin? He's holding that groin, I think. Sako's coming on, and you would have thought he would be the perfect player to have on the floor, but if he's suffering, you can't keep him on. What a game. Thank you, Ato Majok, because you've just delivered for anybody who loves basketball. Played his game tonight.
I'm sure he still would want to get back out there, and he'll have it looked at. The veteran would want to be on the floor to close this one out.
Well, the whisper there from Majok to Jibril Sako is that continue from where he stopped, but unfortunately the ball bounces off his knee there and they lose possession, Ville de Dakar.
That's 2 losses in possession there for Ville de Dakar in succession. That won't go down very well. They've got to be just meticulous. Petro de Luanda will take advantage. We know what the Angolans are like.
They will be clinical, and this is going to be an important defensive possession for the home team.
Solo Diabate, the experience of Solo Diabate losing possession. Nyang, well, how about that for some exquisite coaching?
Excellent defense.
Oh my word, Solo Diabate responds. Gardner comes up. He's going to put that in. And the foul has been committed. And you can see is that Eke, sorry, he was down on the ground there, getting up gingerly. I think it is Nyang.
This is what you call championship defense. Solo Diabate goes deep into his experience back to pick up that steal, and this is Gardner drawing the foul in transition. That could potentially be a game-changing play from Solo Diabate.
Patrick Gardner, free throw line.
This, in the last 2 minutes, is always where champions are met.
The Swish gets his first. It's a 4-point game. 2:05 left to play. A thriller in Dakar. The second is good. My oh my, 3 points.
Holds his composure well, does Gardner, to get those 2 points.
And chance for Gay down into the corner. Sako. Back to Nyang. Haruna being tightly marked there by Dundao. You've got to be careful. Shot clock down to 6. They're being squeezed. Goes right through. Oh my word. Get out of there. That is incredible defensive play once again.
Absolutely exquisite defense from Kaku.
Gardner for 3 to level up. Wow. Massive 3-pointer there from Patrick Gardner.
Ice in his veins. Patrick Gardner holds his composure to make an all-important shot and tie this one up.
That is 5 quick points here for Patrick Gardner in the less than 1 minute to bring Petro de Luanda back into this one against the home side. The game is tied, 63.
And Gakko with the double block tonight. He's been super impressive.
They're just making crucial defensive plays and turning those defensive plays into points.
Haruna, 15 points. Hot hands. Hasn't had the ball for the last 2 plays. They're squeezing, pressing. 1:17 left to play. Yang, shot clock again. There's Gay. Gets him down. Oh, my word! Well, Sako is trying to rise up, and in comes that man, Dundao, who goes flying into him.
That is unreal defense from Childe Dundao. Sako was for sure going to flush that down. You have a look at Gay making a pinpoint pass and super timing. Wow, Dundao. The foul comes in, but he's going to go and make Sako earn it from the free throw line.
1:10 left to play. Majok.
And just for context, Dundao and Sako. That's the tallest player on the court and the shortest player on the court. That's how high he lived, Childe Dundao.
Eke going off. And Barandai has been physical and ever present in the paint, defending like a lion. And the second is good as well. That's fantastic shooting from the free throw line from Sako.
Absolutely stone cold, well composed.
In front of all these people is mad. They were loving it. Picked up by Dundao. It's Gaku. Back out to Diabate. Diabate goes for a long-range shot. Goes back off. That's great rebound. Oh, my word. There's frustration from Buyamba that it didn't drop, but he goes to the free throw line for two.
You can almost feel him willing the basketball in. He got himself into a great position. It's only his 4th rebound of the game, but he's going to have to now go and earn from the charity stripe. And again, percentages don't count down the stretch here. It's the ability to make free throw shots under extreme pressure.
53.3 seconds remaining, Usher. Honestly, I mean, what's going on here? This is unbelievably great.
Extraordinary basketball. It's exactly what we expected here between the debutants, home side, Ville de Dakar, against the defending champions, Petro de Luanda.
Domingos on for Diabate. Second shot to bring him level once again. Oh, it comes back out. Is that a line? It's a violation, I think.
I think there's a violation. He's going to get a reprieve and a chance to tie this one up again. Might breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, there's at least 2 ball possessions, remaining in this game. But we've seen strange things happen in the game of basketball, especially here in the Sahara Conference in Senegal.
So Coach Moreno is just having a conversation here with the referees about the score inside the arena, and just wanted the credit for the free throw that was scored earlier on. And he picks up a warning now from referee Joyce Mchim.
Yeah, he's got to be cool if he can. It's not easy. Buyamba for a second. Oh, it comes back out. It doesn't drop. A 1 from 2 for Buyamba. Not a time to miss. 45 seconds left to play. Here's Gay. A foul has been committed. Just look at that. And it's
actually a clock violation there, Roby.
For staying in there half of the court too long. Crikey,
everything that can happen has happened, and that's just a great bit of defense. You see the joy from Gaku and Dominguez. They blitz,
doubled up.
They blitz him, they force the turnover, and now they have possession. Coach Moreno is going to try and draw up something to get them a score. The guess is that they will go inside, try to pick up 2, and if they can get an and 1 reliably, that's where they go. While we have a chance, let's have a look at the breakdown of all the points, Robbie. And you've got to look at bench points and scoring for Petro de Luanda. Again, they have a +9 advantage there. SASB have done a good job on the rebound, still +4. It's probably been the reason why they just hold on to this lead primarily. And from the 3-point line, they made some hot shooting courtesy of Aruna and the other role players on the floor, include Majok with his buzzer beater 3 in there.
Well, we can take a look at the top scorers there with Gardner 19, Gay 16, Haruna 50, Majok, 3 of the Ville de Dakar players in the middle with Yannick Moreira in double figures too. The fact is, they're not using time wisely, Ville de Dakar, and they're paying the price because all of a sudden they've got to rush their plays, and they've lost possession 4 or 5 times in the last few minutes.
We've seen 3 big defensive plays from Petro de Luanda. Diabate steal a block from Buyamba, and now that blitz play. Those are the kind of moments that turn the game.
And This is such a massive moment now for both teams. Ville de Dakar, they managed to beat, of course, Monastir. And now they could topple another giant. Have they got it? What it takes to deal with them? 40 seconds to go, and they lead by 1. Solo Diabate back on the floor. Down to his left, goes for 3. Big shot goes up. Who's going to get the rebound?
It stays Petro de Luanda ball. I think we're going to get a coach's challenge on this possession, and it's the perfect time to utilize that because this is a crucial call by the referees.
Well, it is actually the decision of referee Nate Bakdayman to try and look at that again.
Instant replay system has been triggered. Thank you, Russia. And it's going to be a very important call here.
I mean, from what we saw, it looks like Petro de Luanda will regain possession, but, you know, that's our initial thoughts. Let's go with the review, and you'll get back to us in a second. 65, 64, 31.8 seconds. So, you know, we've got 2 plays.
We have at least 2 possessions, and I think depending on which way it goes, if it's ASV basketball, they'll let the possession run out, and they'll try to play straight-up defense because they'll still have enough time to get a shot off. And if it doesn't happen that way, then I think it's going to be Petro to try and run as much time off the clock as possible and to still get a shot up as well.
And it's not even, you know, there's no free throw shooting, or, you know, that we're going to think, look at it, because there's 3 team fouls each. So, you know, we're in that situation as well.
Yeah, they have a couple of fouls that can come quickly and you can still get to the free throw line, but there's fouls to give as well. So it's interesting.
Nervously looking on, but he's kind of in a better position, isn't he, Sergio Moreno, or is he? I mean, you know, where would you rather be? Trailing, or they get possession, I think. I'm sure, is that correct? Yeah, I think.
I think the ball stays with Petro de Luanda.
Okay, here we go. So, Domingos will have the ball in hand. Watch out for Patrick Gardner. I think you watch out for everyone. Everybody's dangerous on the floor at the moment. But Gardner, Gaku.
Yeah, I think Gardner.
It makes sense, right? It's Domingos. 32.2 seconds left to play. It goes to Gaku. It's gone out. Well, it's sort of Diabate giving the ball in play. 1 point difference between these 2 teams. Going down, it's 22 seconds. Shot clock goes down. It's gone. It's been made safe there by Saku. And Saku picks up possession. This is incredible. 18.2 seconds remaining. And they failed to exploit that and get a score.
What a great piece of defense that was by Ville de Dakar. Forced the ISO situation with Solo Diabate. The shot was contested and they picked up the rebound. The foul had to come in quickly. There's 1 more foul to give. And they've got to go quickly as well. Moreira is in, Gardner out, Diabate out as well.
So exciting. Saka waits at the other end. There's, timeout. Of course there's going to be a timeout. It makes complete and utter sense. You have to go and work out what you're going to do, because the last thing they do is them to be double teamed and lose possession, you know, with the last play of the game.
But now they have to figure out who is the free throw shooter they're likely to send to the line, because they're going to try and force the ball into the hands of that player, and then they're going to foul him real quick. you have a look there. That's such a big-time rebound by Sako, and it's what has given this ASV team in their first 2 games. Is just a big body, long arms, but man, he's provided some presence on the defensive glass. It's invaluable. You see it right now. And the planning needs to be meticulous here from Petro de Luanda. The planning needs to be meticulous here from Coach Libas Faye. It's going to be, this is as tight as it can possibly get.
You know, it's, yeah, now we're looking at the possibilities. We're trying to understand sort of, what kind of, what will they do now? What's the plan? They've got to make sure that they protect that ball so well. Use up the seconds as long as possible.
So the foul scenario, and you have 5 guys on the floor from Ville de Dakar that I think can shoot free throws. We saw Sako last time down, cool as a cucumber, under pressure, make shots, and all of these guys here are competent free throw shooters.
But they're leading Ville de Dakar, so they haven't. The advantage, is in their hands.
They'll play clean on the pass, and then I think look to foul.
And they've got to get out of their own half, just like they didn't manage to do the last time. Got to get it away. Look, they're going to try and, be knocked out of bounds. That's going to be Ville de Dakar who get possession again.
Tense moments here at the Dakar Arena.
11.8 seconds. So tight. This is wow.
There is tension everywhere. Tension on pressure on everyone at this point.
I mean, listen, 65-64. Libas Faye is calling the timeout here. This is what we're seeing now, because they've got to get it out of their own half. They paid the price before. You've just got to be smart enough. You get the foul, that's okay. But the fact is, get it up there, and make it safe, keep it safe.
I think they took a little too long on that possession, just getting the foul. They looked for the pass. They weren't able to pick up the pass, but it took too long to recognize where the ball was. Foul has got to come quickly. Send them to the line to give yourself the best opportunity at either a 2 or a 3, depending on how many shots they make. And then that's going to be either the difference between a tied overtime game or a win, potentially. A shot at winning.
Well, look at Mactagay. He is the man of the moment, 16-11. Haruna 15-3. These players, how important are they? And then Patrick Gardner, unreal. Nearly a double-double for him.
Herrera's been perfect from the field, 5 for 5, hasn't missed with his 7 boards. And I still think he's a viable option on the offensive side if they do get a chance at getting this ball back.
Okay. Now, Tien Onyang will try and maybe get the pass. Mactagay has it in his hands. It goes to Nyang. Drives, goes forward. They lose possession. It is again the same scenario.
They called an 8-second call. 8-second call comes in
for the second time. I told you they needed to get it out there. They're going back to go forward. That's a massive error on their half.
So it's unbelievable at this point. And now Petro de Luanda, they have all the opportunity. ASV have 1 foul to give. They have the opportunity to stop the clock on a foul, take a little bit more time off the clock, but it is all in Petro's hands.
And they have shooters. They've got Gardner. They've got Gaku. They've got... I mean, you don't even need to name... We could go through the entire 5, and they're all scorers.
They have a variety of options, but I think here you go with what works. So Dominguez and Dow on the outside, and you want to kind of get Moreira. Gardner probably the higher probability guy because a better free throw shooter. And has the opportunity, if he misses, to go to the free throw line and a higher percentage probability of making the shot.
And when you think about Dundao and you think about Domingos, they are They are swift snipers. Their second name to velocity. They know what it means to race into dangerous positions and draw attention. The foul will come, so they can do whatever they want, in fact.
They are also difficult to foul because of their foot speed.
Crazy thing is, look where they get the ball. They get it in the Ville de Dakar, so they don't have that same issue that they've had before, you know, the home team. 65-64. If you're joining us, you've joined it at quite an interesting time, all of you watching. We are super excited. Here we go. Last play, last moment. Dundao, Gardner's there. He gets hold of the ball. Dundao drives through the middle, tries to go up, gets that wide, but we have over the top. He gets knocked out of bounds. 3.3 seconds remaining. Who gets the ball?
It looks like they will review again just on the possession, but that was perfect execution. Luanda had a clean, wide open look. The pass was perfect. The pressure on Luanda to make the shot doesn't go down and out. Maybe it stays Petro ball initial call, and off that replay round could be Petro de Luanda basketball.
But the thing is, you know, is he the right player to go for the shot? I know that he was out, but he's not a three-point shooter. He's not there.
He's made multiple shots, and that is a practiced play. They got the shot they wanted.
Well, he didn't get the points he wanted.
He did not get the shot to go.
I would, well, they've had options. The hot hands is an important thing. When you look at, you know, Bouyama, he scored 4 points tonight. You know, it's not Gardner. It's, you know, there are certain players you've got to look at, but also decoy running and all the rest of it. I think that comes into the equation.
This is a play that they've drawn up. It's what they wanted. They got the look they wanted. They just didn't get the end result.
No, you.
Now it's just on the referees to determine whether possession stays with Petro de Luanda. This is big. There's tension everywhere, and 3.4 seconds is not a lot of time.
Well, the decision has been made there, and the ball possession will go to Petro.
3.4 seconds. Luanda didn't get his. Got his look, didn't get his score. Here we go. 4.4 seconds left to play. Domingos, watch out for Gardner, watch out. They're all at it. Moreira's a danger in the paint. Domingos gets it out. Dundao gets around his man. Oh, it's a little bit slow. It goes out. There's Gardner. Gardner doesn't make it. They've done it. There's no point. They've won. Ville de Dakar. Extraordinary. Amazing. Wild. Unbelievable.
Unreal. Crazy.
Wow. Crikey. I lost for words. This is just... It's just quite extraordinary. Will Perry, big hugs with Nyang. They all worked their magic. They came together. Look, Gardner, of all players, unable to just get that three. 2 would have been enough. And it's too late, it's all over. Unbelievable head and hands moment for a player who's been outrageously good.
You can't write a better script than what we've seen here. And the home team defeat the defending champions, and now they move to 2-1 in the group. What an amazing game. We went back and forth, ebbed and flowed, and at the end of the day, it was some cool, calm shooting. Haruna gets his win over Petro de Luanda. 15 big points, and he goes 4-1.
Majok was amazing. Matt Tagay was in he was in a different universe, Usher.
Wow, what an incredible performance from Ville de Dakar. They've made their announcement on their arrival here at the BAL, defeating the defending champions, but they've played 3 straight games down to the wire since we began this Sahara Conference. You have to give it up to them in terms of character, but what a night for Maktagaye.
Majok was just sensational. And you know, Eke was on the bench and he wasn't used that much, but the fact is that when you've got players playing like that, you you know, you've got him as a backup now because they've proven what they can do, and they put in shifts tonight that have just basically blown everything open in this conference.
Yeah, Magda Gay stands out, had an amazing game, double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. Abdullah Aruna shooting under pressure in the second half. But another big shout out to Arthur Majok, who just played some amazing basketball both ends of the floor. Patrick Gardner tried his best. 19 points, 9 boards, 11 for Yannick Moreira, which just wasn't enough on the day.
Well, I think we're going to hear from the Lion Killer himself, Magda Gay, who's going to be speaking in French. What a remarkable performance. Let's see what he's got to say.
Magda, félicitations.
Congratulations.
Vous venez de remporter.
Just managed to beat the defending champions epically. I don't know what to say. I'm so happy. Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was very difficult. We battled through issues, and we managed to get back into this, and we won the game. You were transformed. What was going? What happened to you today? You were a different player today. I needed to understand today that personally, I needed to perform. Yeah, I wanted to really play a part in this team and try and get the win. Did you want to prove today and tell people who the real Magda Gay is? Yeah, I did. That's exactly right. We saw him. He performed, he delivered, and he basically took the roof off this Dakar arena with a sensational performance, but he wasn't the only one, Kim.
He wasn't the only one. We were treated to BAL basketball of the highest quality and caliber. Man, oh man, what a contest. Will Perry did not have the best afternoon individually, but he will be so happy that they come away with the win. He's the ultimate team guy. Everybody understands this, and the loss will not be lost on him. I mean, the win will not be lost on him.
He's a team player, and he knows how important it is to, be part of that. What about that? We got a day off tomorrow. We're back. Petro de Luanda, US Monastery again.
Prepara-te para descobrir os conteúdos incríveis. Apresentamos a vocês os conteúdos exclusivos dos podcasts da Atrás Não Volto, feitos para quem busca qualidade e inovação em todas as áreas. Está à procura de entretenimento para todos? Este é o lugar certo. Com muita diversão e entretenimento, trazemos divertimentos para todos. Porque aqui, a diversão é para todos. Quer debater sobre questões sociais? O Caixa Aberta traz para si reflexões importantes sobre os mais variados temas da nossa sociedade.
Hoje, vamos poder discutir como podemos impactar positivamente nossas comunidades.
Se o seu interesse é sobre temas espirituais, o Conectados é o podcast ideal para debater sobre fé, espiritualidade e seu impacto na nossa sociedade. É apaixonado pela música gospel? Além da música, vai te levar em uma jornada espiritual sobre os músicos e temas religiosos ligados à música.
Vamos explorar como a música gospel toca almas e fortalece a fé.
É fã de famosos e fofocas? O Babado traz para si as novidades mais quentes do mundo dos famosos. Fique por dentro
de tudo que acontece
no mundo das novelas. Se você está em busca de notícias quentes, a notícia traz para si as últimas novidades quentes do mundo e em particular da nossa região, Cubango.
Fique por dentro das notícias do mundo e, claro, tudo que acontece no Cubango, diretamente no A Notícia.
Assista agora os podcasts do Atrás Não Volto e embarque em uma experiência de muito conhecimento e aprendizagem. Atrás Não Volto,
o seu canal para o futuro!
Prepara-te para descobrir os conteúdos incríveis. Apresentamos a vocês os conteúdos exclusivos dos podcasts da